Job done, mate.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Trying my hand at my first GT3 official race. We are here in the GT VRS Cup here at Watkins Glen International on the boot layout. I go out for qualifying. Try to get enough time to get both laps in, but it may just be the first one. Decently strong field for my iRating. Again, probably only like a 13 or a 1400 strength of field. I didn't actually get to look at it before I got in. But I'm going to try to make the most of it, see if I can have a positive result, carry the momentum forward from the Mazda, the production car challenge race. Did try one of these before, unfortunately got wrecked in it early on. Just had to grind back, so it wasn't very good. And I made quite a few mistakes as well, so try to right that now that I've got a little bit of race experience under my belt, at least to kind of have an idea of what everybody else is going to do. I'm still really slow. Hopefully this feels a little bit slower and I should be able to kind of contend. Trying to learn how to drive the car at its capabilities. We are in the BMW M4. Tested between this and the Lamborghini and just felt like I was a little bit better in the Beamer, a little more consistent. Not that I was, very consistent, but a little bit better. It's going to be really close to get the second lap in. Let's see what I can do. Off the line. It's going to be right on the edge. Although I can't do that. There's a couple turns that I continue to overdrive, on a couple of them that I underdrive, so it's all going to be a big work in progress to hit everything, be as smooth as I can. If I get anywhere near the 144.866, that's my personal best for qualifying trim. I'll be really happy with that. Quit hitting that curve the wrong way. That ends up upsetting the car and makes it a lot tougher to get through the inner loop. I'm trying to work on not sliding it quite so much out of the corners as well. It's going to help both keep the momentum up, as well as I plan on only stopping for fuel and double stimming the tires, so that'll help the tires stay a little bit fresher on the back end of the race. It is a 50% fuel capacity, so it does force one stop.
New fastest lap for Muller, 145.59.
6 lap times are starting to come in. Not a great first lap so far. Hopefully I can get enough time to get the second one in and clean some of the mistakes up. It's just underdrive in certain parts. Alright, so it'll be a mid 145. Try to get the second one in, 145.2.
Me too.
Overdrove turn 1 there. It's going to kill the run all the way down. The S's in the backstretch. So I'm definitely going to be struggling to make this lap any faster. I'll do the best that I can, and we're going to be up against the clock to complete it as well. Quickly drop it back, but we're still going to likely qualify well ahead of where I should. I'll take a little bit of a better line that time, see if I can gain anything. Don't have much time to give if I want to improve this lap, but let's see what I can do. It's going to be tough because this is coming up to the section where I lose a lot of time.
That's a new fastest lap for Garcia, 144.79.
Just seem to underdrive that section all the time. So it's looking like it's going to be a slower lap, and likely not get it completed. But we're going to do the best that we can. Terrible turn 11, and we drilled the wall, so that's going to end that anyways. Yeah, just overdrove that trying to hustle it, so see
That's
where
the
it
end of the
sourced us
session.
out.
V4.
Like I said, 4/10 off, a little over 4/10. Car number 21, 26 in the race and 19 turn time. So got a couple fast guys in front, a couple quick guys behind that'll likely move their way up. Just try to do the best that I can to make the most of it. Try not to make that mistake that I made there in the qualifying. At the end, we'll get paints refreshed before we get gridded up. Looks like we got a couple BMWs up towards the front.
Good luck, everybody.
A couple Ferraris. Good mix of cars. Mercedes. Just try to do the best that I can to make the most of it. Like I said, it's probably a weak field, but I'm going to try to do what I can. There's a Porsche. Are going to be doing a full pace lap, so
Can anybody tell me the strength of...
it'll give me a chance to kind of get adjusted. We're going to go with session best lap because with race setup, it's definitely going to be a bit slower. If I can get to the 145s, I'll be happy with that. But the goal, 40-minute race, should be somewhere between 22, 24 laps. Goal is just to keep it clean. Just try to get through the first couple laps, survive, get the field kind of spread out a little bit. And then hopefully not overdrive it, but also, you know, try to find the capabilities for it. Yeah, just try to make this enjoyable. I picked this one because I've run this course before. Did it in a week 13 race,
40 minutes.
so it should hopefully, you know, make it a little bit more familiar in terms of, you know, if I happen to make a mistake or get crossed up, I can settle down pretty quickly and try to get back into the groove. Looks like the pole sitter is not on the grid. No, I guess he's there. 23. For some reason, I thought he was not there. So we're gonna kind of take an oval page, just clutch it, which allows me to save some fuel so that whenever I do make the pit stop, I don't have to take quite as much. Take it down. 10 gallons to start. If I pit a little bit later, then I can reduce from there. I'll take the tires off, because like I said, I don't plan on taking those. I think the tires should make it. I think the time you give up taking tires is you're not gonna make it up with lap times. Unless if I spin or do something stupid and abuse the tires, then I can take them, but I think I should be good without it. Just gonna, I mean, if I see an opportunity to get a pass, I will take it, but I'm gonna be kind of content to just follow the 1 and the 2. I don't know what the 23 is gonna do, and I'm sure everybody's thinking the exact same thing as me. They don't know what I'm gonna do. We've also got 25 a couple rows behind us, so any of us could easily do a stupid move and be a wild card and take out half the field. And yes, I am very, very capable of doing that. I'm hoping I'm not going to do that. I'm hoping I'm going to be cleaner, but I am very capable of doing that. Let's see what the 23 does as well. The 23 is already running off into the grass, so that's a good sign.
Are we parking?
That's a good sign.
Sorry. Drinking water.
23 is drinking.
Put
Nice.
down the tequila and let's drink. Come on.
Alright, well. We're just going to do the best we can. Going to get ready to go here soon. Like I said, I'll probably be following the 1 as closely as I can, because with him being a BMW, it also Show me what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, hopefully this will be fun. See if I can keep myself from doing something stupid and killing myself or killing other people. We got a couple BMWs behind us as well. A couple Mercedes. Got a couple Ferraris sprinkled around towards the front, so decent mix of cars. Gonna be getting ready to go here. I feel like a first gear start's probably the way to go, but it almost feels like it's too short, too quick of a shift, but we'll have to see.
All right, Jake, stay calm.
Leaders are
Focus.
off and rolling.
Go.
One quickly cut down behind the 23. We did get in front of the 2. Two's going to drive by on the right side, so we're just going to give it to him. I'm sure I'll get freight trained, and then 2 drops back, so couldn't tell if he had a problem. Also got the 16, who made a big move to the front. He's up from 6th to 4th. So he's looking aggressive to start. Get a bit of the way back from the 1 and the 23 since I kind of took that left lane through turn 1 to avoid whatever. See how we stack up pace-wise compared to everybody, and also what the guys that didn't qualify are going to be able to do.
Like trailers on the left side. Okay.
Probably try to take things a little bit easier, just so like I said, I can save the tires, have a better look at the end of the run. 16 spun himself around. Gives us a little bit of a gap back to the 2. Definitely losing time to the 23 and the 1. But we're still running 3rd. Spot ahead of where we were. We'll see if we can stay ahead of the 1. 0.5 at the line, 2.0 to the 1. Excuse me, the 2 is who I was looking to stay in front of. And the guys are going to try to eat me up as quick as they can. Just going to try to do what I can to keep it clean, minimize the mistakes. Got in a little too fast, that's why I had to tap the brakes there. Out of the corner. Just cannot shake the 2. He's doing a really good job hanging. He's pulling away from the 17 a little bit. The 17's pulled away quite a bit from the 25. This is probably a corner that I should take wide open, but just want to reduce the stress on the right front. Alright, got a little bit of a gap from the 2. One's still pulling ahead.
The leader has just done a.
He's close to the 23 though.
The guy ahead has just posted a 144.48.
Yeah, overshot turn 1 there. There's going to be. Oh, I thought there was going to be a first off track. Got really lucky that 2 did the same thing. Otherwise, he would have been all over the back bumper. We're half a second, 0.6 off of what the leader ran. One's making a big run since I screwed up turn 1 so badly. And the 2, excuse me. I keep screwing that up too. Trying to gain a little bit of time back.
Okay, Jake, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Overshot that corner. We are pulling away slightly from the 17. Get a little loose there out of the corner. Just a little too much throttle too early. Big gap to the 25. He's definitely going to put the pressure on us soon. He's driving in a lot deeper. He's able to get into the corners better than I can. See if that ends up hurting his car later on in the run. And he'll have to watch the off tracks to a degree. Not quite as bad of a turn one, but still not good. Two did a good job recovering his as well, though. This is why he stayed close. This is gonna be a repeat of the production car challenge where the front guys are just gone and I'm just holding on for a podium. I know the 2 wants to get by me. Only thing I can hope for is that he makes a mistake. Overshoot that corner again. It's gonna hurt the right front. Trying to open up the gap a little bit, at least give myself a little less pressure. Throttle a bit too hard, so kind of pushed a little wide there on exit. Pushes wide again. I think those are off tracks. I thought that was outside of track limits. I got the right front or left front again. Pushed it too wide. Got the damage that's gonna hurt the car. He's gonna get on by because I had to downshift to catch revs.
Come on, Jake. Keep pushing. We might get him back.
Hopefully it didn't damage the car too bad. He's gonna have to run behind the 2 now. That was the mistake he was looking for. I believe I did that so early on too. At least it's not a meatball yet.
To pit for refueling, 33 minutes into the race.
Really screwed that up. I was just trying to stay behind him and completely torch that. Just allowed the 17 to close back up. I gotta recover from these mistakes. Now I should be able to catch up to the 2. Whether or not the damage is going to hamper the car, I don't know, but on the traction control a little too much there. 17's closed the gap down with me making that mistake.
Is now 0.9.
Just gotta refocus. Maybe we'll get lucky before we'll make a mistake, but I'll probably be the one to make a mistake before. Alright, that lap's out of the way.
Oh, what?
That's about as close as I can get to an off track there in one.
That's very hard to go.
Got probably 10 more laps to go on fuel.
Thanks.
Catch a little too much of the curve there. Gotta wait on the throttle. It's gonna hurt the exit. You can see how much the 2's pulled away and the 17's closed up. Almost overshot that corner. 17 gets loose out of the corner, so it's gonna help me pull away slightly after my mistake. Goal is just to try to set the sights on to close that gap down 10th by 10th. One stall over the back of the 23 based on timing. Right side is, it seems like even if the 17 does get by us, top 5 right now seems in reason unless pit strategy really flips something. Alright. Looks like 1.7 to the 1.8 to the 2, 1.3 back to the 17.
That lap was a 146.60.
I know I'm not fast through one compared to the best lap, but just trying to make it faster than the previous lap. It's the only thing I can do to try to catch the 2. And if he continues to pull away, you know what, he was just faster. Overall, pretty clean race so far. Haven't really seen any other cars. I've seen cars on pit road, but nothing happened in front of us. He's just showing his speed as he continues to pull away. We are slightly pulling away from the 17. Really pulling away from the 25 and the 14.
Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace. The gap behind is now 1.4.
Like I said, I feel like I'm underdriving that, but I'm just trying to keep myself from making the same mistake. Flying through the S's is so critical to minimize the rolling resistance, maximize the speed. A little hot there into the inner loop, able to recover. Trying to get out of the carousel a little bit better. Like every time I overdrive that corner, I'm just shredding the right front apart. Well, we're kind of finding ourselves to be the 4th fastest car, it seems like. The 2's continuing to pull away, but we are pulling away from the 17, which 4th fastest I can't complain about, given that I'm car number 21. Just the competitor in me really wanted to not make that mistake and continue to hold off the 2 and try to get back to the 2. And I'm I don't know how much of a difference pit strategy is going to make in this one.
Okay, Jake. Pit window is open.
It's going to be my only shot, I think. I don't know
Used
when's
half
the
your
right
fuel.
time to go. Maybe split the race in half and do like 12 and 12.
You've just done a 146.51.
Underdrove turn 1 that time. Felt like I'd overdriven it the last time.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
Pushed it really wide. I had to tap the brakes there to keep it off the wall. That's going to kill me. At least even with that mistake, we're staying pretty even with the 17. Just trying to figure out when exactly I want to come in.
P4.
See where we're at once we hit halfway mark. Check on that time soon. And I guess I can't complain about still being where I qualified. It's not the worst deal. It's all lessons for my first GT3 race. Well, an official at least.
The gap in front is now
24
2.5.
minutes basically left.
Okay, Jake. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Get back to the F3 once we get out of the S's on the backstretch. Like something happened to the 17 because he's fallen back a bit. It's 2.9 back.
The gap behind is now 2.8 seconds.
Don't know why I just downshifted to second there. Wasn't really necessary. And that time I did downshift to second when I should have, so cost myself a ton of time there. Aye. Just gotta get the mental focus back. Alright, so it's looking like it should be 22 or 23 laps in the race. And when the white flag comes out.
Garcia is now leading. Yellow flag.
got one has a problem here. I think he'll be likely going in the pits. So that'll be one spot, but once we cycle through pits, we'll probably be
Okay, Jake. Just keep
dropping
hitting your
back.
marks. This is looking good. P3.
thinking the next time we'll probably come in. Just plan for 12 laps on that run.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Alright. Time to start sorting out the fuel. Although it would help if I hit the right black box button for that. I think the one actually disconnected. Carry 12 gallons probably. adjusted as needed. Just trying to get everything set up. Yeah, I think 5 should be a good amount.
Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour.
Hopefully not gonna get burned speeding. Just gonna do what I can, hope that this is the right strategy. Just have to see.
Box in 5, 4.
And not overshoot the pit box like I have in the NASCAR side.
Box now. Alright, Jake, don't think about the lap times. Just hit each and every apex.
A lot of
20 minutes
damage,
remaining. You've
but
got
we're
20
just
minutes
gonna
left.
keep the car going the way it is. Really worried about the damage.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 125 Fahrenheit.
Probably
Half
have
distance.
more
looks
fuel
good.
than I
There's a
needed.
car approaching. Watch your mirrors. Stay behind
That's
the
okay.
white line.
Back on the track. So now we're just gonna have to work our way through. See if these guys around us will try to go by. Tires are going to be a little bit cooler, so they'll have a little more grip, but it's still going to be the same. I'll check the tire wear once we get settled in.
Gap to Acosta. Ahead is now 0.8.
Red Bull BMW to try to catch. On the way from the 24 and the 20. Gonna overshot that corner a little bit. Just gonna try to do what I can again. Run as best as I can without overdriving the tires. Try to make up time. And you'll see people probably starting to pit in the next 3 to 4 laps. I think everybody else is probably going to try to stretch until the tank runs dry. Should be right around 16 laps or so. And in a few laps we will have to start paying attention for people pitting. You can see the 12's in.
B12.
A little loose there into turn 1. Trying to get the run on the right side of the 6 through the S's. Clear him. We got quite a bit up to the 11. Just gonna try to pick up as many spots as I can though.
Okay, Jake, don't let this guy distract you.
Pulling away from the 6, so don't think he had pitted yet. I could be wrong. Overdrove the entry there. He's back in 15th. Hopefully I didn't make the wrong call strategy-wise. We can get back to 4th. Don't think we were going to be able to jump the 2 to get to 3rd, but you never know.
Acosta behind is increasing. It's now 0.9.
Next time on the backstretch, I'll check the tires.
Car in front
More
is
cars on
Stokes.
pit road.
B9. You've just done a 146.64. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
to the part of road racing where it kind of gets strung out and you have to just run the race all the way through and see how it works out. Just trust that I made the right call and that I can drive better on this run than the first run. Still overdriving that corner a little bit. 18 is not on the lead lap. So it's not a position there. Pulling away from the 6 pretty well.
15 minutes left. Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down the track.
Overdrove the corner there, hit the traction control, hit it again. Really got to limit that. That's costing us a ton of time. Again. Ugh. Just driving bad.
Vidal, ahead is pitting.
More cars on pit road.
Seventh position.
One there. Keep it on track though. We're up to 7th. So 3 spots away from where we were. Right at the pit stop. $76, 82, 85, 87. Yeah, not all that great, but definitely good enough to double stint them.
The gap to Acosta behind is increasing. It's now 3.4.
Certainly got to do a better job at rolling the corners so I don't lean quite so much on the outside tire. I don't know if that was a blink for me. I don't look like it, but everything seems to be okay so far. Big gap up to the 13 and the 25. Might be starting to get into the spot where guys are far enough ahead that even if they do pit, I'm not going to be able to make up the time. We'll just have to see, although the 18 it's loose, we're able to get around him. Costs us a little bit of time. 25 goes on the pit road.
The car
Hustle to
ahead's
try to
pitting.
get by him. Looks like the 13 does as well. Spots are important if I can get them. Be top 5 land. 14's also on.
We like this. Keep doing it to P4.
Alright, back to 4th. It's like, I don't know if the 2's pitted yet. So you got the 23, the 17, and the 2 are your front 3. The 3 and 7 are back out. See if they start gaining on us or if I'm able to pull away. I don't think I can even come close to catching the 23 even if he hasn't pitted yet. And I don't know about the 17 or the 2. 2 possibly if he hasn't. 17 might be far enough out. Big thing I gotta see is if the 14 starts catching me. Overdrove the corner.
The leader, Garcia, is pitting.
Alright. 23's on pit road. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna catch him. I think he's got a big enough lead over me. Big thing for me is to try to pull away from the 14. 17's on.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
I'm not sure how much longer the 2 can stay out. He's running a different map. Check the gap to the 14 this time by. A little little wide there out of 11. 4.8 to the 14. 17's pulling out.
Sector 3 is 0.38.
Alright, we're not going to get by the 17. I think the only hope I could have is that the 2 hasn't pitted yet. Try to get by him and keep him back. Maybe shoot for a podium. 23 still got the lead by about 8 seconds. 17's about 5 seconds back from the 2. But at least right now we're still back and forth, so the strategy didn't lose me anything.
The gap in front is now.
I guess if the 2 hasn't pitted yet, it's got the possibility of gaining me 1 spot, which
All right, Jake.
would be
10
a good
minutes to go.
thing.
That's 10 minutes left.
We are 3/4 of the way through. 30 minutes down, 10 minutes to go. Try not to overdrive the corner. Lap time's definitely fallen off. It's going to be mostly due to that tire wear, but also due to my terrible driving. 14 is catching us. But unless I make a big mistake, I don't know if he's got enough time to clean up that much of the gap. We'll see. It'd be close. He's continuing to pull away. The 2's made his pit stop. Good for him. I just don't see how he can keep going unless he has made it. So 4.2 to the 14. So we gained about 6/10 or so that lap.
Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Yeah, I don't think there's quite enough laps for him to be able to get back unless they really, really screw up, which is possible. I didn't think the 2 pitted before us, but it's certainly possible as well. Probably took too much fuel, but the first one and me kind of running it in my head by hand. I'd rather be over than under. So I did that. 17 gets himself around, so there's a free spot. So we're sitting in a podium position, regardless of what the 2 does. Maybe we'll get lucky and the 2 hasn't hit it yet. Maybe we can bring it home in second. Certainly not based on raw speed, but again, I just wanted to try to keep myself clean and going forward, which failed early on there by getting the outside wall out of 11, but at least kept it on the track since then. It's not been fast and clean, but it's been on the track. Actually pulled away slightly from the 14 that time, so it's going to make it that much tougher for him to catch us.
Behind is now 4.6 seconds. P3.
Certainly having fun with this and giving it a good run for where I was expected to finish. Got a long, long way to go to learn how to drive these things fast, but like any car, it takes a lot of time to master it. A little too much to the curb there. It's one thing to just be able to get around the track in the car. That doesn't necessarily always take the longest time. Mastering it and being fast is a completely different animal. And I want to be able to do that. Continuing to pull away from the 14 now, so I think as long as I don't do anything stupid,
0.5 off the pace.
third place should seem like a fairly obtainable goal. And the other side too is technically based on the gap right now. You can say the pit strategy worked because we're not as far behind the 23 as I was prior to pitting. So you can say that part worked out. I think that was probably the best call I could make for myself.
Sectors 2 and 3 are 0.5 off the pace. You're 0.2 off the pace in sector 1.
A little bit wide there out of 1. Trying to avoid getting so much of the curve through the S is real sloppy. Especially the last
5
lap.
minutes to go. You're looking good for a podium.
5 minutes left. Which likely means 2 more laps. Intro entry again. I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but I want to check and see when the 2 pit after the race is done. It's like we're catching slightly on him, but again, it's going to take him spinning or something for us to be able to get him. Unless he hasn't actually pitted and has to. But I think at this point he's going to stay out. Car up ahead was the 22. He's a lap down. Trying to run as consistent laps as I can.
Sector 3 is
Wide again.
4.3 off the pace.
I'll lose the momentum every time I do that.
The gap to Mijarano behind is now 6.3 seconds.
Run through the S's a little bit more to see if I can make some of that up. Definitely pulled away from the 14th, so nothing to worry about that way.
Okay, Jake, 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I definitely took more fuel than I needed to. That's okay. Let's see if we get the white flag this time by. That's a corner I definitely feel like I'm under driving quite a bit. I feel like I can take a little more speed into it.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Maybe we'll get 2 laps in. 2 minutes to go. Yeah, I think we should get 2 laps.
That lap time was 1:46.
One can pray for something to happen to the 2. Happen to the 17, maybe we'll get it with the 2. I would not complain about another free spot for a second. Better time through 1, carrying the momentum up through the S. As you can see, I'll be a 10th faster compared to the last lap. Trying to carry that through the inner loop. Carousel, got on throttle a little too early and lift there, can give up some of that time back. Push it wide. Wonder what it would have been like if I hadn't made that mistake getting wall off at turn 11. Maybe we could have stayed in second.
P3.
I don't know. definitely gives me motivation to try more of these and try to improve. Overdrove that corner, gave up time. Really bad exit too. Giving up almost all the time that I gained in the lap. Getting a little bit of it back though. Try to be as careful as I can around the 22. No real reason to try to push it around him. Pulls to the right and stops. Thank you to him. Super kind. He didn't need to do that, but I appreciate
Last
that.
lap, looking good for a podium. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Right. Just gotta keep it clean. We should bring it home in third. Hopefully be able to gain back the iRating that I lost from the first one I attempted and basically break even in this. Just trying to run my rhythm, not really trying to, push a fast lap or run too slow, just trying to keep myself close to what I've been doing. We're definitely catching the 2, that's for sure.
Sector 2 is
So I'm
0.6 off the
really
pace.
wondering if he didn't pit and if he was just running a different fuel map to allow him to use less fuel and then make the half a tank actually stretch the full race. Which, like I said, had I not made some of those mistakes, maybe we might have been a lot closer and been able to battle for second. That's still assuming that the 1 would have had the same problem. Alright. Well, I'll take a 3rd place for first time, second official race, but first week of trying it. I will gladly take that.
Well done, Jake. Great drive. That's a podium.
We definitely, I'm not the fastest car on the track and didn't really pass too many people on speed, but able to keep it clean and outlast some of the issues that people had, which is what kept us there, even though the car does not look very clean at all. The left front looks pretty pathetic. Let's see, I don't know if we'll be able to look at the 2's laps now. Let's see. No, he did pit. He pitted at lap 16, so just flat out had us beat, which, we're catching him towards the end, but unfortunately wasn't going to be good enough. So he came in on 16. Let's see, look at when the 23 came in. He came in on 17. I was in on 12. Trying to see if there was a common theme with what everybody else did around 16. 5 came in on 10. He kind of started stuff. 11s. It seems like everybody's doing either somewhere between 10 to 12 or 16 or 17 is where most people are doing it. So take that. Looks like everybody's done. So we will. I want to see what happened to the 1. This way. Alright, so this was the lap he had the issue. I don't remember where he spun, honestly. Just want to see if we can. He's all by himself too. That's what's weird. Like he grabbed the lead and ends up spinning on his own. Let's see. I think it might have been in the carousel, I want to say. So I thought he got through the inner loop okay. He's definitely cutting the curb more than I was, but able to hit it the right way, so it's probably part of the speed difference. So it gets a little loose there, gets on the curb, saves it. Coming down into the boot. Let's see, where know. It's gotta happen this lap. Sorry for making you guys watch all this. I'm just trying to remember where it happened at. It's probably a spot there I needed to push a little bit wider, carry a little more speed through. This is lap 10, and he only completed 9 laps in the race. Ah, right there. Okay, so he tried to probably go full throttle and lost it and just ripped it right around. That's where he did it. So that's what gave the 23 the lead back. And this is where you see the 2 go by, and then this is where I was going to end up coming by. He was pulling in the pit, so you're going to see me come up on the left side. There you go. Okay, so that's what happened there. Take a look too. I want to see. Just by looking at everybody else if there's anything interesting wreck-wise. So you see probably a lot of off tracks. I don't really care about those. Well, that was car contact there. Probably gonna see a lot of self spins like that. Thanks. May not go through very much of this. This is all it's gonna be. Alright, Paint Scheme gets himself across the inner loop, gets loose, and then bends it pretty hard. Okay, that's that. Yeah, a lot of it's just gonna be stuff. Let's see what the decent amount of incident count all around the board, so let's take a look at the results. Yeah, pretty happy with that overall. You know, I'll take the 21st, being 21st and being able to do it. 6 split out of 7. Wow, a lot of strong guys in this. I guess that's what happens when you step up to a pretty popular car. 1352 strength of field. So again, had I not ran that first race and lost it, you know, it would have been right around the strength of field. You know, strength of field would have been right around my I rating. So lost quite a bit. So actually gained a little more than that. 0.29 on the safety rating. So that's going to head up in the right direction if I can keep going with if I can keep going with the clean races. That'll continue to jump more in it. Got 84, so we're just over 1350 now. Next goal is to go to 1500. I think it's like either 1550 or close to 1600 was my all-time highest peak a while ago before I started sucking again. So I'm try to get back to that. Just you know, one race at a time. Just try to keep it clean. Fast lap was a little bit quicker than the 2. It was still about half a second or so off the 23. Reasonably, you know, looks like it's right around a 3rd place car, give or take. Let's see where the other one was faster. So I was like a third or 4th place car. I mean, I got the benefit of the one, you know, having that issue early on and disconnecting, but yeah, recovered. Got very, very fortunate for that contact with the outside wall after 11 for not getting a 2x out of that. And then a little fortunate for a couple times off of 1, you know, keeping it tight enough to not get the off track there. But yeah, pretty happy overall. You know, made a lot of driving mistakes, but you know, again, fairly new to the class, fairly new to the car. Didn't get to put a ton of time into practice, so I'm sure if I were to spend like, you know, a full week and then run at the end of the week, driving would probably look significantly different than what it did in this race. So definitely gives me something to focus on. I think I may run the next 2 weeks because I believe it is Montreal and then Spa, which are 2 tracks that I've run before other series, and actually ran the BMW at Spa before. It's probably going to run both of those as long as you guys enjoyed this. I had fun with it, and if I pre-plan it now, maybe I can give myself some more time to practice. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. Feel free to leave any comments for driving tips to these cars, driving tips to the BMW. You know, if you do something different with the strategy. Just love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed it, let me know if you enjoyed it. I know some people have been looking forward to it, so hopefully that satisfied what you were looking for, and hopefully I can get you guys some higher splits, a little bit stronger fields, better results in those, and keep gaining a decent amount of progress each time. So till the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.